Hi, I'm Ben from 1 Mile at a Time, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a fun new adventure. For those of you who know me from my blog, welcome. To those of you who don't, welcome as well, and hopefully I can explain a bit of why you should watch and maybe also check out the blog. Is that too self-promotional there? So to tell you a bit about me, I've been a full-time travel blogger for over a decade now, which it's scary to think I've been doing anything for over a decade, but life passes quickly. I've been obsessed with miles and points in travel since a very young age. My family is from Germany, so I remember growing up every summer we'd go to Germany and we would always fly Condor, which was, my parents were smokers, and we'd always sit in the smoking section of the plane, which I was not a fan of. And so when I was about 13, I thought, okay, there has to be a better way to do this. So I stumbled upon the world of miles and points, and I became a bit obsessed. Not a bit, I actually became very obsessed now that I think about it. So starting at about 15, I spent my weekends flying back and forth across the country to earn miles, which I guess isn't how most 15-year-olds spend their weekends, but for me that was really, really fun. So on my average weekend, I'd take about 10 flights. So I'd fly, for example, from Tampa to Washington to Los Angeles to San Francisco to Portland to Seattle and back. That's nonstop flying for about 36 hours. I don't know how I did that in retrospect, but it was a lot of fun. And the goal of all this was, instead of flying in the smoking section in economy, I was earning enough miles so that my whole family could fly in first class every summer to Germany on Lufthansa. And those were tickets that otherwise we could never afford. They would cost, probably $10,000 per person. And we were basically paying the same as we'd pay for economy on Condor. And that's thanks to the amazing deals we got for miles and points. And of course, over the past, a long time, 15 plus years, things have changed. The methods are different. Nowadays, you don't fly across the country to earn miles. There are much easier and arguably more comfortable ways to do that in the age of Dr. Dow and basic economy. So nowadays, I earn miles through other means. You may often see people online talking about, oh, free travel, and they took all these trips for free. I try to be realistic with my strategy. I'm not traveling for completely free. My goal instead is to travel in first class and stay at 5-star hotels for maybe something similar to what most people would pay for economy and a not great hotel. There are of course ways to travel for nearly free if you want to. There are cash back credit cards that can cover the taxes and fees you pay, but for most people getting involved, there are a lot of costs still involved. You can get an amazing deal, you can save on a ticket that would cost $10,000 and pay pennies on the dollar, but for the most part, there are still costs involved. You're going to pay some annual fees, maybe on credit cards if you get those to maximize your points. There are taxes and fees on tickets at a minimum. There's still always the cost of transportation, but my goal is always to show how you can travel in real comfort for really very little. What was the other thing that we were saying? Sorry, philosophy. Okay, travel philosophy in general. When it comes to the way I travel, there are a few things I do differently than most. First of all, I love the journey, which isn't to say I don't love the destination. I love going where I'm trying to go, but I really, really, really like getting there as well. And I understand why most people aren't like that, because when most people think of flying, they think of being trapped in a horrible plane like a sardine can and big delays. There's nowhere in the world really that's more exciting for me than an airport. Airports are global melting pots. You have people from every corner of the globe. Every time I go to an airport, even though I fly maybe 400,000 miles a year, when I stand there and I look at the departures board and all the places you can fly, I am in amazement and awe at the number of places you can go. On the blog, we talk about strategies for maximizing points, what the best credit cards are, when airlines have a lot of award seats available, what the best airlines are for award seats, what the best hotels are for redeeming points. There's so many things to know. And in addition to me writing a ton on the blog, we also have some great contributors who cover other aspects that I'm less familiar with, like family travel, for example. There are so many ways to earn points and so many ways to leverage just your everyday spend for amazing travel, and my goal is to show people how they can do that. What's unique about my airline and hotel reviews is that I pay for virtually all of my own travel. That's largely through points or through discounts and good deals that I get and that I try to share on the blog. The reviews you see of airlines and hotels, those aren't advertisements for those products. Instead, those are intended to be unbiased reviews. I, at the end of the day, answer to my readers, and I guess in this case, viewers, and not to any airlines or hotels. I've reviewed all of the world's best and really worst first-class products. I'm a product geek when it comes to airlines. Other people are obsessed with other things. I just love trying different airlines, and I'm not just talking about the ones that have caviar and good champagne in first class, but also airlines like TAG Angola. I don't even want to name the bad ones. I try to wipe them out of my memory. So this YouTube channel is not meant to be a replacement for the blog. I love blogging. I wake up every day and I do it, and I write maybe an average of 8 blog posts a day, and I can't not do it. It's addictive. I enjoy it. It's my favorite thing. It's not working to me. That's fun. So the goal here is not at all to replace that. I'm going to keep blogging just as much as I do right now, much to the chagrin of people who are annoyed by the number of updates I have. But rather, this is intended to be a different way to communicate with readers and to maybe provide a different medium for people who prefer learning in different ways. Okay, so wrap it up now. While I'm just getting started in this YouTube world, I am very excited. Thank you to those who've been reading the blog either for a day or a decade. I really appreciate it, and I hope you find this to be an interesting, different way to interact. And for those who just prefer content on YouTube, I hope that you find the tips about how to maximize miles, maximize credit cards, fly the world's best airlines. I hope you find it useful, because there is so much value to be had with a little bit of effort in this world. Thank you for watching. If there's anything in particular you'd like to see a video on, please let me know, and don't forget to subscribe.